Good afternoon and a warm welcome to the final PYEi-BEEI webinar. Now, the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative in the Basic Education series, which is carried under the theme A Roadmap to Success. Now, we're really excited to have you on the call today and to share some of the thoughts from some of our amazing speakers. Now, if you have been with us for this series, you would have noticed that our speakers have really come in and added so much value to the conversation and really helped us chart that roadmap to success. Now, before I introduce them to you, I take an opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Terence Kala. I'm the Media Relations Officer at the Department of Basic Education. But for today, I'll be navigating us through the conversation and walking us through the webinar. Now, as I introduce the team to you, I want to let you know that your cameras and microphones will be off for the duration of the call. But if you would like to ask any questions, please feel free to utilize the Q&A chat at the bottom. We do have an amazing team in the background that is just waiting and ready to take your questions and put them to our amazing speakers. Now, if you would like to we can either respond to those through the chat, or we will then put those questions to our speakers for them to then give the responses back. Now, a reminder that the webinar is being recorded, so we will make a copy of this available for you on the DBE YouTube as well as Ecubed YouTube page right after the presentations. Now, don't worry if you don't know where to go. You will receive an email with that link in the next few weeks. Now, I would like to run us through our agenda for the day. And as we move on, we'd like to then make sure that after we welcome our 5 speakers that we have lined up for you, we will then open up that question and answer session so that we can then be able to then allow you to also then engage with our speakers as well. And it's important to note that we've also selected these speakers because we know that they can really give great guidance and really provide you with so much clarity on the next steps that you can take as we exit the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative in the basic education sector, and really provide you an opportunity with an opportunity for the things that you need. Now, I would want to introduce our first speaker. We do have 5 speakers lined up for you, as mentioned. Our first speaker for the day will be Mr. Matsetsebale Tleane. Now, Matsetsebale manages and leads the Agape Youth Movement. It's a social non-profit company in South Africa. Now, he has also previously served as an ambassador for the German Development Corporation, and he does also sit on the social and human science sector for UNESCO Commission to South Africa. Now, Tsetse does also advise and supports the Department of Basic Education quite extensively on the improvement of a representative council of learners. And we have also just recently come out of an amazing 2 days where we spent with our young leaders in the RCL movement as well. And definitely, knowing myself, having worked personally with Tsetse, he is definitely somebody who can really add a lot of value to the conversation around youth. And Matsetsebale, you have been with so many young people and assisted them to succeed really through Agape. So if you would be so kind as to come and join us and really share with the youth what your guidance is for their success as we exit the PYEi in the basic education sector. Tsetse, are you with us?
I am here, Terence. I'm not sure if you can hear and see me.
What a pleasure. Always a pleasure to see you. Please, Tsetse, without laboring it, please do take it away.
Thank you very much, Terence. And good afternoon to everyone that is on this call. My name, as they rightfully expressed, is Matsetsebale Tleane. A lot of people call me Tsetse. And just to correct you there, I'm not the ambassador of the German Development Corporation. I was a technical development advisor at the German Development Corporation, GIZ for short. I'm currently privileged to serve in a national youth institution called Agape Youth Movement, where I'm the director. I lead a small team through which we support national government on issues around youth participation and engagement. Our role as an institution is to really, as young people who are very innovative, find through this institution a way through which we can provide support to our government through innovative approaches on how they could better their processes as far as youth development is concerned. So we're in the youth development space. It's been years when I found myself in your position, where I just completed a program that sought to activate me as a young person that would play a role in making this country what we want to see. And I need to say this: you are very privileged to find yourself in this position. And after 10 years, after 5 years, you should really look back at where you are now and all the things that you have learned through this PYEi process, and you need to make good use of them. So what then happens is, firstly, no man is an island. You need to ensure that you find yourself in a team of like-minded peers who are passionate about whatever is it that you want to do. Because for you to succeed, you need 5 factors, but you only possess one. And the other factors are factors that are contained by other peers that you need. So for me, in order to succeed, always start by thinking that you cannot do it by yourself. You need to find a group of like-minded friends or peers that are passionate about what on, so as to find, you know, the resources, the advice, the counsel, and the support as you're going through this journey. But what journey you have to embark on, you need to have the end in mind. A lot of people have in their position, you know, beautiful resources and opportunities, but they do nothing with them, because there is no desired destination that they need to reach to. When I was your age, I always knew that I want to lead a social enterprise. I want to be an entrepreneur, but in the social sector. And I remember I registered my first NGO when I was 17 years old, while I was still in high school. So the end in mind was always there, that I want to lead an institution. And wherever I went, when I started doing my internship, I did my internship at the German Development Corporation. I was fortunate to be employed there. And whenever I was doing something there, I did it with the thinking that I'm going to need this thing in order to achieve the destination that I have in mind. So these capacities that you've gained through this process, they need to elevate you to a higher level through which you can reach your destination. But for you to reach that destination, you can't go there by yourself. We, as young people today, were the most, you know, resourceful, the most powerful group in the history of humanity. I like saying that, because we have on our fingertips almost all the information that we need. Right now, we've been presented with the offerings of artificial intelligence, something that our parents or those that came before us never even had an opportunity to access. So we live in a plethora of information, and we need the competencies to, you know how to make use of this information communication technology to get information that we need, with the team that we surround ourselves with. So ensure at all times that you learn to be, you know, in a company of like-minded people that will elevate you. Sometimes you put yourself in the deep end and find yourself with people that are better than you, more knowledgeable than you. In other ways, you might believe they might be smarter than you. And only when you are there, they will pull you up to reach a certain level that is required for you to embark on this journey and reach your destination. So in essence, I've been given 5 minutes. I do not have the whole day. I would love to spend the whole day, but for you, I mentioned 3 things. The company that you need to keep that would provide you with that environment, with resources, with guidance, with motivation when you feel like you're down, that you would need on this journey. You need to have the end in mind. What is it that you want to achieve in life? What is it that you want to make the most out of your life, right? And thirdly, you have abundance of information that you can access through the offerings of information communication technology. How do we utilize these resources that are at our disposal for your ability to reach that which you want to achieve? So these are just the main things that I want to bring to you. You might want to register a company. Registering a company in South Africa is 175 rands. Online, you can do that with your phone. Go on YouTube, type how to register a company in South Africa. And only after you've done that, then you'll be able to access quite a number of things. Thank you very much, friends. I see your screen is back. I hope I did well with the 5 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I think I will give you that grace, considering I almost butchered your title there. Apologies for that. But thank you very much. What an inspirational message. I mean, thank you so much. And just a reminder to our audience, please do remember to add your questions for Tsetse and any of our other speakers at the bottom of the Q&A. Now, for me, I am so pleased to introduce to you Hlubi Mosethedi. Now, Hlubi is a skilled project manager and a professional and has worked across very many industries and with a focus on strategic stakeholder relations, including businesses, funders, as well as government. Now, in 2021, she joined the Solidarity Fund, a nonprofit company, to respond swiftly to the COVID-19 crisis, and really did play a pivotal role in aiding government and non-profit governmental bodies in the prevention, detection, as well as humanitarian support around the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, she's the National Portfolio Head at Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator and is emphasizing government partnerships. Now, I would like to call to the stage Hlubi, just to speak to us a little bit about the work that she does and how this can truly impact on you as young people. Hlubi, thank you so much for joining us, and do feel free to take it away.
Thank you so much, and it's such a warm welcome. As mentioned, my name is Hlubi Mosethedi. I'm from Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator. My task for today is a very easy one. So many of you will be transitioning from the DBE program and looking for opportunities elsewhere. And we are just here to nudge young people to register on SA Youth so that they have access to the many opportunities that are available on SA Youth. The opportunities ranging from training, education, and employment. You can move on to the next slide. Next. So we have put together a range of step-by-step videos which will guide you through the platform. So some of the videos will cover topics on how to reset your password on sayouth.mobi, how to register on sayouth.mobi. You will be able to update your profile and your own employment journey. You'll also be able to search for jobs and content and how to apply for jobs on SA Youth. Next slide, please. So our TikTok team is holding sessions, live sessions on TikTok, just to answer some of the questions you might have about how to get registered on sayouth.mobi and ensure that you can access your account when you want to apply for jobs. Next slide, please. So some of the challenges we are having is that we have fake pages and groups that pop up using the SA Youth branding. We just want to encourage you to please watch out for these. Make sure that you are following the correct SA Youth Facebook page for updates. You need to look out for the blue check mark beside the account name to show that the account is indeed authentic. Next slide, please. Some of the offerings on SA Youth include competencies and skills that are required for a successful journey into the workplace. It is also intended at assisting or supporting young people to socialize, to be socialized for the workplace environment, and obviously instill appropriate work behaviors as well. Some of the topics covered include digital literacy, English acceleration, problem solving, behaviors for work, and socialization for work. Next slide, please. So as mentioned, there are thousands and thousands of opportunities that are accessible on SA Youth, some still to come, and they range from learnerships to part-time jobs. There are volunteering opportunities, learning opportunities, also make your own money content that you can access to teach you how to explore making your own money. There are also formal economy jobs and public employment programs, such as the DBE program that many of you will be exiting from. Next slide, please. So I can't emphasize this enough, that only those that can access their accounts will be able to apply for jobs. So please register, please update your details and your profiles on the platform. Remember that this information is accessible to employers and they use the platform to select their candidates. So it's important that your information is updated. Also do update your employment journey so that we are able to track where you are at every given point in terms of opportunities that you are tapping into, whether it's opportunities in the education space, training, or employment. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hlubi. We really do appreciate that presentation, and that was certainly such an enlightening and really valuable information for our youth. Now, our next speaker is Ms. Lukhanyo Sidiya, and Human Resource Development Director at the Education Department in the Eastern Cape. Now, she holds qualifications in accountancy, internal audit, and public management, with an honors as well as a master's in public administration. Now, Lukhanyo's core focus lies in performance management, skills development, as well as youth empowerment. Now, she leads the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative, which has employed over 100,000 people since December 2020. Now, Lukhanyo is in a unique position to offer a really fresh perspective for the youth on the call today. And we are so glad to really have you on the call as someone who's really been at the coal face and really having joined us today. Your advice and your guidance to our young people moving forward will be so, so valuable. Lukhanyo, if you would be so kind as to join us and really deliver your presentation.
Thank you very much, Terence. Good afternoon, colleagues and the youth out there. My name is Lukhanyo, the project manager from the Eastern Cape. When the project was introduced, we are not only going to focus on the area of recruitment, but we also invested mostly on skills development, because we believed that as much as we are going to be investing through skills, appointing unemployed youth in the program, but we want them, as they leave the sector, we want them to have skills that will make them employable. Am I still audible?
You certainly are, Lukhanyo. Your presentation is up.
Okay, thank you very much. So our focus on the as the province, we quoted from Uram Emmanuel, who said, you must never let a serious crisis go to waste. As much as the COVID care was a crisis, but in terms of the opportunities that we wanted to reap from the disaster were really very good for the province. Then there are areas that we implemented in all phases, where we appointed young people, then we created job opportunities, and we also created skills development opportunities. As we are about to close the project, we have discovered that in the sector, there are so many opportunities for young people, and these young people, they must sit down and think, because we want to reimagine education and deliver quality education, basic quality education. So as the department and the province, we've got programs now that are seeking to attract young people into the teaching profession. We've got Goniwa, which is a program that is actually implemented in the province. Ufunza Lushaka, it's our national program in the department. We also have internship programs, as well as business opportunities that we have discovered through the ECD sector. Next slide, please. There are road shows that we're embarking because in this project, one of the critical objectives was to ensure that we foster partnerships. And as you see, we have partnered with the Walter Sisulu University, and Walter Sisulu University is really working hand in glove with the province to register the unemployed youth. To register the unemployed youth in programs. We have road shows where we want to attract young people into the teaching profession. The program is all over the province, and it is really finding space because young people can see that the project is really achieving its intended objective as it was outlined by the presidency. Then when you move to the tangible investments that we have reaped from the project, today as a province, we've got HRD centers. Those centers are targeted for ICT trainings for the unemployed youth, but we are also using it as the department for other in-house trainings that we are conducting. So we are training these unemployed youth in these programs that we are implementing as the department. So as we are about to close the program, we are enjoying relationships that we have implemented as the we are enjoying relationships that we have achieved as the project where we are working with all working with also the sector for the disability. As the project is about to come to an end, I would like to say to the unemployed youth that it is not the end of the road. Whatever skills that they have acquired during the project, they must utilize it optimally so that they are able to create appointment opportunities, or if there are no appointment opportunities, they are able to actually create their own skills development programs within the sector. Thank you very much, Carla.
Thank you so very much, Lukhanyo. What a powerful set of insights. And I think maybe hearing from you as someone who has really been at the cold face of delivering this project has really been something that is so powerful. And thank you so much once more. I really do believe that the wisdom that you have shared will take that our listeners will really take that to heart and use that in their overall success. Now we move on to our second last speaker, who is someone who has really been at the heart of ensuring that this project moves from consideration to implementation. We move to Ms. Lala Maje, who is the National Project Manager for the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative in the basic education sector, and right here at the department does direct the Funza Lushaka bursaries as well as the new teacher induction programs. Now, Lala joins us today to really offer some insights as we close the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative. And if there is someone who has been more passionate than Ms. Lala Maje, I'm still waiting to be introduced to that individual. Lala, thank you for joining us and welcome. Please do take it away.
Thank you, Terence, and thank you, colleagues on the call. Our Presidential Youth Employment Initiative, really this is our project, all of us, and I just want to thank the youth for availing themselves to participate in the project of this nature. I hope that this 8 months that you were in this program, you managed to gain the experience that we wanted to offer you. I just want to give a short word of motivation, but mainly also directed to some of the projects that we think they are going to help you as you end with this specific program. I want to encourage you to continue to believe in yourself. Remember that this is not the end. It ends in September, but this is not the end of the road for you. Remember to always set your goals. You heard what Tsetse have said. Embrace challenges, because without challenges, you are not going to grow. We expect you to grow from challenges. Challenges present opportunities for you to be able to to participate. They are disguising actually opportunities behind those challenges. Stay persistent. Only people who are persistent are able to make it in life. Without persistence, we don't see that you are going to make it in life. Learn continuously. You had said you must surround yourself with positive people. Stay positive. Take calculated risks. You took a risk by participating in this program, and you are going to take another risk by registering in SA Youth Mobi and ensuring that you are going to look for other opportunities. Remember, in SA Youth, you are going to find a lot of other partners who are looking for you. And again, remember never to fail backward, fail forward. When you fail forward, that's when you learn from your mistake. That's when you are going to gather yourself again. And remember that you have to serve other people. Without serving other people, you are not going to make it in this life. We need people who are able to see challenges of others and make an opportunity out of those challenges to make money for yourself, because you will not be able to make money for yourself without looking at what others are struggling with. Stay curious. Remember to always be curious, want to know, always look out for information, and celebrate achievements. You need to celebrate the fact that you participated in the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative and you became somebody. You collected, you gathered for yourself knowledge, you gathered for yourself experience, the experience that is required in the world out there. But again, there's one thing that as youth we need to gather. We need to be patient with ourselves. We will not be reaching the destination that we are looking for immediately. And when you see your friend reaching the destination, it doesn't mean yours is not going to come. Be patient with yourself. Find your passion and seek mentorship. You heard what Tsetse have said. Stay positive and grateful and make a difference in life. You can't go out and say that you are going to do things, but you are not making a difference. Everything that you do have to be something that is making a difference, that is helping others to be better. Because when you make someone's life to be better, yours is going to be even higher. Keep on going no matter what. The 30th of September is not the end of the world. It's not ending for you. It's actually the beginning. Remember that success is the ability of a person who is going to fail, to learn from that failure and continue to learn with enthusiasm. And lastly, I just need to remind you that the program is ending 30th of September, but we have 5 provinces that are extending with 1 month. And we are saying that even if they are extending the 5, we are requesting you to continue with your training, because the training is going to take you far. That is what is needed in the world out there. You need to be employable. And remember, as a young person who was assisting in classrooms, you can be tutors. Many parents are paying for people to tutor their children. Remember that. Remember, you can start your own sports clubs in the location. Remember, you can be reading champions. And remember to register to Teacher Connect, because we are going to post a lot of opportunities for you in there. And I also want to urge you that any other organization that you see is going to propel you forward, please, please make sure that you don't leave it out. Turn every stone that you see, because that stone might be where your answer is. I think I have exhausted my time. I've noted that. Thank you so much, our fellow employees, PYEs. We wish you well in your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mama. And I think when you speak, it really comes through, the passion that you have, the energy that you have, and it truly just emphasizes how much you've continued to bring and really give to this project. Now, as we move to our final speaker, is Ms. Portia Tau-Sekati. Now, Portia is the CEO of the Property Sector Charter Council and is a visionary leader driving a transformation in the property sector. Now, her expertise in the Broad-Based Economic Empowerment Act empowers many sector councils to fulfill their missions. Now, she is a champion of gender equity. She does also advise the women leading change and educates at prestigious institutions. Now, her skills and experience her skills and experience position her as a pertinent advocate for change. Now, to start off, please can we have your insights, and please do take it away, Portia, as we close up and round up our final PYEi webinar.
To you, and thank you to my colleagues that came before me and were able to share all of these amazing experiences and also share some of the various opportunities that we have. So I'm going to take you through a couple of presentation with a couple of lots of slides. But really, as we celebrate this exiting of this journey towards the next stage, the program is just only a chapter of the full story that you've actually gone through. It is a stepping stone to a platform that you will be launching yourself to the new world. So today, I just want to share with you and motivate you and to help you embrace this transition with confidence and enthusiasm. So as we actually bridge this things, we've named our presentation the Roadmap to Success. So let's take it away with the presentation. Thank you. The next slide. So as we build the foundation, we've put a lot of efforts during this internship. You've acquired valuable skills. You've made connections. You've actually learned about the chosen fields that you want to do in certain cases. And the experience is not just only a line in your resume. It is a foundation upon which you will build your career. You must remain focused on your dreams and your achievements. Next slide. So the true lasting success, it's all about taking it to the next level. But in order to get there, we first have to stand on a very strong and steady foundation. Next slide. Let's talk about passion and perseverance. It is often said success is not determined by talent only, but passion and perseverance. And this is extremely important. The power of passion and perseverance, the passion about what you do, and what you shouldn't do, it should not discourage you. You should not get discouraged by all these rejections that you get. The journey of success is also a journey of overcoming all of these rejection. Next slide. They said actually you must have grit. Rather stay on the same slide. Go back. Sorry. You must have grit. You must persevere. You must be able to persevere and let the perseverance be the key towards your dreams. Potential is one thing, but what you do with that potential is the other. Next slide. Days will never be the same. Remember that. Someday you will feel odd, someday you will fall. But remember to always stand up the next day. Make sure that you actually pick yourself up, stand up much stronger than you were yesterday, and persevere forward. Actually, Lala was saying forward, continue to actually don't move, fail forward, not backwards. Yes, Lala, you are absolutely correct. Stand up and stand stronger from yesterday and persevere forward. Do not quit. It's not even an option. It's not an option that you should consider. You must never give up. Continue with your dreams and dream big. Dream big because you need to achieve more. Next slide. Networking. You must never underestimate the power of networking. The relationships that you have built so far during this DBE program and your colleagues, the mentors, the peers are an invaluable source of your job search. Stay connected and do not be afraid to reach out for advice and assistance. Next slide. Stay curious and learn. The world is constantly moving. Next slide. Stay curious and learn. The world, no, the one before. Thank you. Stay curious and learn. The world is constantly evolving. And it is so in industries and many job markets as well. They continue to evolve. Do not be fixated with the mindset that you know everything. Instead, strive to achieve to know more every time. There is a lot more. There's a lot of these free online courses each day, particularly in today's world. They are all e-learning courses. So make it your mission to find out what it is to learn, where you can learn it, when you can actually do it. Be in pursuit to stay curious, adapt and change. Next slide. Be in pursuit of this change that you want to see. Thank you. Success is something and the ability to adapt is another. Go back one slide. Yes, you're right. Stay and be curious and continue to learn. Success is something, it's sometimes the ability to be able to adapt. So when life and its strong winds come blowing and bend you, let it go. Because bending will make you stronger and into the new places. While letting go will always make room for new, better you for tomorrow. So continue to actually make yourself adaptable so that you can actually meet the new world. Next slide. Thank you. Define your goals clearly. Where you want to be in 1 year, in 5 years, in a decade, define those goals. Be clear about what those goals are all about. Next slide. Having goals that are clearly defined gives you direction and it continues to motivate you moving forward. It gives you guidance, it gives you direction, and it gives you motivation. Next slide. Lala also talked about believing in yourself. Yes, believing in yourself. Look at what believing in yourself is all about. Be and you, believing in yourself. So you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in your abilities and your potential. It does not matter if anybody believes in you or not, supports you or not, encourages you or not, accepts you or not. What truly matters is that you believe in yourself and you have the conviction about what you know and what you understand. Believe in your finite potential. Next slide. Believe in your final potential because the only limits are those that you set upon yourself. Remember, you are capable of achieving anything. Just do not quit. Just stay alert. Do not quit. Next slide. Be authentic. Remember that believe in yourself, that's got be and that has you. Believe in yourself, remain authentic. Be genuine, be real, and be yourself. You will, if you remain authentic, you have no competition. Because if you become somebody else, you have lost before you even start. Because you cannot be something else that you are not, and somebody else that who's themselves will always be the winner. In your job search and in your career, always be true to yourself. Next slide. You are, if you shine in the right path, you will always shine automatically. When you are in the right path, that is just you. You will automatically shine. Don't change to become somebody else. Be yourself. Because if you are yourself, the right people will like you and they will love you for who you really are. Imagine how hurtful it can be for you to deny your one true self and live a lie just to please other people. That can be a hurting. Next slide. Embrace the unknown. You are embarking on a job search, you are embarking on businesses, you are embarking on the next chapter in your book, in your story, in your life. Remember that the feeling of uncertainty is inevitable. It will always happen, and it's okay. It is indeed okay. It is in those moments of uncertainty that you will grow, you will learn, and ultimately you will succeed. Every successful person has gone through this thing. Sometimes be courageous enough to take the routes that have never been traveled and never been traveled and have never been reached. Take those routes. But sometimes you're going to have to also open doors that have actually never been opened before. Open those doors. Well, sometimes I say, there are no doors. Well, we say, build the door and open the door. Those are the opportunities you need to build. So as you embrace yourself, this is where you're going to find your true potential. This is where lies the very true potential of who you are. So embrace those potential. Next slide. Embrace the challenges. Challenges are opportunities in disguise. Embrace the challenges with an open heart, because it is every challenge that actually brings the strength in you, and that will where the strength is going to be formed. And often the great opportunities, often it's these great challenges where there is these opportunities that lie. So these greatest opportunities lie behind those opportunities. Break those walls in order for you to find those opportunities. Use the challenges and failure as a stepping stone towards success. Don't let failure wear you out. Don't carry your failures. You are not your failure. You are not that failure. You know, failure, use it to build a stepping stone. They said those that take stones and throw at you, take those stones to build up a wall and climb up that wall to reach on the other side. Because you don't know what strong is until strong is the only option that you have. Next slide. And you need to build that strength indeed. So you need to build that strength. You need to embrace that challenge. You need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to bring the full potential in you and be strong. As we said, it is that when you need that strong, it is that strength that you will be strong when strong is the only absolute option you have. You will see how strong you can actually be. Next slide. Celebrate the small wins. Don't wait for the big achievements to celebrate. Acknowledge and celebrate the small victories along the way. It's going to be difficult, yes, indeed, but celebrate the small wins. There is power in the small wins. It is the little progress of each day that adds up to these big wins that you will see tomorrow. The small wins keep you motivated and remind you how far you've come and how far you've actually progressed. Next slide. So when you see those small wins, it's been a journey that has been tough. It has been the journey, but look back where you come from. You will remember that it's those small wins that have led you to where you are today. Next slide. As we conclude, remember that success is not definite. It's not defined by the destination. Success is a journey. It's not just a destination. You will continue to be destined in this success. This current program with the DBE and presidential initiative, it is just one of those journey that you've traveled, you find yourself in today. As you open up yourself to the world of work, I urge you to chase your dreams relentlessly. Continue to chase those dreams. Next slide. Be relentless in chasing your dreams. As we open this world of work, be sure to chase those dreams. And never forget the passion and the determination that brought you this far where you are today. You are the architects of your destiny, and your future is waiting for you to shape it with your actions and your aspirations. So go out there and chase those dreams and make your mark in the world, because the world is waiting for the amazing, talented you and your skills that you have to offer. So we are here today and saying to you, you can make it, you are here, and you can certainly, we've given you what we can, we've showed you what we have, they've shown you where you can go with what the Harambee, that Hlubi spoke about it, Lala spoke about the extension of these programs, and that's spoken about all these various initiatives, how best you can actually be. Take all of these, package them around who you are, who the best of who you are can be with all of these advisors, and use it to the best of your ability, because we are here and we support you. Remember, you build those relationships. You can make it. Reach out when you need somebody. Never forget, the world is waiting to showcase you, and you are the only one that is you, and you don't have to compete with anybody else because you've already won if you remain authentic. I thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those powerful insights, Portia. And I think it really is so pertinent what you've spoken about, and really does give one so much confidence that South Africa is still filled with really passionate human beings that do really care about the future of this nation. Now, I think it's been really incredible insights that we've heard, not only from Portia, but from all our speakers today. And I'd like to take a moment to thank them. But before we close off our webinar, I would like to take just a few minutes just to end off with a few questions to our panelists. I'd like to bring to the floor, perhaps maybe Hlubi, if I can pose a question to you, it would be, what would you recommend our youth do to really maximize their opportunities? Hi, Hlubi, I'm not sure if you can still hear us. Perhaps maybe...
Apologies for that. Sorry, I'm trying to find my camera buttons, Terence, apologies. So how can young people maximize, I suppose by maximizing the opportunities that are available, as Portia mentioned, in many, many platforms, education space as well as jobs that are available. I think the most important thing for me is to keep yourself relevant by tapping into the resources that are available at our disposal for free many times, to just continue to develop ourselves and make sure that we are kept abreast of everything that's going on in our environment. I suppose for me, that is a way to just keep yourself agile, keep yourself relevant, so that whatever opportunity or eventuality you are presented with, you are prepared and you are able to engage in a correct manner.
Thank you so much, Hlubi. And I think also what remains important is really just taking that initiative, and I think being the champion of your own success. I want to put a question as well to perhaps maybe Matsetsebale, and just pose to him what he thinks the most important attitude a young person can cultivate to build their overall success. So what do you think is the most important attitude that a young person should have to cultivate and build their eventual success?
Thank you very much, Terence. I think the most important kind of attitude that one needs to have is a go-getter attitude. You know, you're playing small does not serve the world. So you need to know what is it that you want and go get it. And it's not going to be easy, and you must expect that there will be deviations along the way, but be resilient. You know, like a tennis ball, it bounces and comes back up. So I think for me, that's the most important one, because I mean, as young people living in South Africa, there's so many challenges that we need to go through, but be resilient and have a go-getter attitude, and you will definitely make it to the end of the finish line. Thank you.
Fantastic. That is such beautiful insight. And I think the final question that I have, I might just throw to our last two speakers, in particular to Portia, and then to Mama Lala. We'll end with you. I think, Portia, if you could tell me if you could gift our young people with one attitude today that is essential for success, what would that attitude be?
In your question, there lies the answer: attitude. Keep the right attitude, have the right attitude. You know, sometimes you could have the potential, but if you don't have the right attitude, you actually don't go far. So keeping and having the ability to be agile to learn with the right attitude, you will be surprised what actually other people can actually help you learn. What you don't even know, the skills and the potential that you have can actually be given to you because you've got the right attitude, and people believe because they can see that you have the attitude. So there lies actually the answer in the question, what is the attitude that one can give you? It is actually the attitude. With the right attitude, you can go, and the sky is your potential, because you can achieve anything because your attitude can carry you that far.
Thank you so much, Portia. Always such fantastic insights from your side. I know I did request Mama Lala to come in, but I think let me just go to Lukhanyo quickly, just so that you can give me a response to this question. So what else would you recommend to our youth to do in terms of accessing other opportunities? Hi, Lukhanyo. I'm not sure if you're still able to hear me.
Yes, Terence, I can hear you. Apologies, I've got serious network problems from my side. As a result, I won't turn on my video. I mean, I won't start my video. For the young people, the opportunities government always brings them every year when we plan, especially for the young people. And what I would advise young people is to stay on the lookout. And I know with the skills that they have been given through this project, now they are able to access the online applications. And uHarambhe, which was our main data management source for applications, I think they've got their profiles, and they will be able to see all opportunities that are going to be given by government targeting young people. So the opportunities in the sector are advertised annually, starting from October. We're in the dry run with bursary coordinators throughout the country, targeting unemployed youth who are aspiring to be educators. And because we're the biggest sector, the numbers that you take for bursaries will be much it will be a bigger number than any other sector. So whatever that the sector will be bringing as the opportunity for young people, will communicate through our online solutions that we have created whilst we're implementing the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that insight, Lukhanyo. And as we go closer towards our closure, I'd like to just bring on once more Lala Maje and just ask Lala, if you could gift our young people with just one attribute today that is essential for their success, what would that be?
Oh, yeah, I have lots, but I think having the mindset of an entrepreneur, because as an entrepreneur, you want to solve challenges of people, and having that mindset, not thinking about the money first, thinking about what is the challenge, what is the solution that I want to bring. Because if you are bringing solutions, people are willing to say thank you, and they can even say thank you by paying you something. So really in life, I think all of us need to have that mindset of being an entrepreneur and wanting to solve problems. Everyone has a problem. That one, a gate is falling, a child needs to be helped with maths, another child needs to be helped to read for meaning. And we are education, and in education we solve problems. I think that's the one that I can leave. But I also want to say that I'm responsible for Funza Lushaka bursary program, and we are opening applications from the 1st of October. So anyone who wants to be a teacher, please make sure that you do place your application. And I hope that you have applied with the university of your choice. We work only with the public higher education institutions. So not private universities, but only public. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lala, and thank you also just for re-emphasizing those opportunities that we continue to bring for young people. And the Funza Lushaka bursary scheme is certainly one of those. Now, I would like to bring our webinar to an end. It is a somber moment for me. We have started this webinar series and continued, and it's really been such an amazing journey for us to bring these stories to you, to bring all of the speakers to you as well. But before we do go, I would like to request you to remember that at the end of the webinar, there will be a survey that'll pop up on your screen. So do please wait for that so that you can share your insights with us so that we can improve anything that we do moving forward. And before we go, a final thank you to all of our guests today, and also a reminder that a link to the recording from today's webinar will be emailed to you. But not only thank you to the speakers from today, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank all of the speakers that have been so gracious with their time to join us on this webinar series, but also more importantly, slightly off script, to thank the team that's behind the scenes. I think everything looks so beautiful when it pops up onto the webinar and it seems so fluid, but it's only because of the gracious hard work that is done by the team behind the scenes. And I want to take an opportunity to thank you as well. And also just to remind you that please do look out for that link, as well as the YouTube page. You can visit our DBE Ecubed YouTube page, where you will be able to get that insight. And as I bring this to a somber close, it is the final webinar in the series, and we do wish you everything of success in your future opportunities, and may you take advantage of every opportunity that you find. My name is Terence Kala, the Media Relations Officer at the Department of Basic Education, and thank you so much for being part of this series. Once more, do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.